Alrighty, I do believe we're once again live. I can computer today. There we go. I should have chat there. That testimony here. Welcome Howard into the hat. Or I misread that. Honest, never mind. Excuse me. Need to make sure this is all working here. I do believe that it is. Got a clap emote down here. Wonderful. Alright. We don't want Discord. What we really want, Visual Studio. So, no idea what the heck my computer decided to do with Visual Studio there. Alright. So, I am really tired right now. I just woke up like an hour ago. But I decided, as I have literally nothing else to do, let's do a live stream really early in the morning compared to when I usually do them. So in this stream, we're going to be finishing off Cowsay, but first, we need to do a few things. If you remember in the other day's stream, when we looked at real Cowsay on a real Linux system, you'll notice that if we ran it with no arguments or anything, nothing being piped into it, whatnot, it just kept on reading for input endlessly until we terminated it. We are going to recreate that quickly, and we can easily do that by going to Cowsay. And first of all, we need to find where returns the arguments right there, and we'll just change this so that it returns null. The user doesn't have to enter in anything, and that's what we want. And then the text will just be, instead of reading from arguments, we will do console dot read to end. Now that doesn't exist yet, but we're about to create it. So console context, we will right click and hit peak definition, and we can see the code for it. And all we need for read to end is a simple wrapper method, public string read to end, return standard in dot read to end. All we need for that. And then if we run the game, hello Inky Dink, hello the fake VIP. Am I going to implement redirection exactly like bash? Mostly. There's not going to be any std error redirection. There's going to be file appending and file overwriting using std out. That's the plan. Anyway, let's start the game. Welcome Fred Hudson to the hat. Alright, just reading chat there while the game starts. But yes, right now the command parser is not suited for this, but we are about to change that. I am well aware of that. Do not worry. Alright, so if we go into our game here, into our terminal, and I do Cowsay test, it's gonna yell at us saying we can only run Cowsay with no arguments. That's what we want. But if we run it with no arguments, you'll see that our command line hangs. Well, it doesn't hang, it just sits there reading for input constantly, just like in Linux. So if I do test, 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 nothing, thing, it's just not working. We don't have a command line anymore, it's just reading for input endlessly. That's sort of what we want, because the idea is a Cowsay is not supposed to be used like this. It's supposed to be used with a Unix pipe. And what a Unix pipe is basically a way to sort of link commands together. So like, let's say you wanted to have the output of one command be used as the input to another. That's what a pipe does. And we are going to implement that. And that is going to be Cowsay's primary demo of the Peace engine. The fact that Unix piping works in the Peacenet. So let's go back into tokenizer.cs in the watercolor games.command line assembly here. If I can find my mouse, there it is. Alright. Now this method right here is never actually called because we have not finished it. I worked on it a little just to get us up to a state where it's not totally boring. This function right here. What this is going to do is it's basically going to read a long string of multiple commands or arguments and stuff like that, and it's going to pick out a list of commands to run to pipe together, followed by a file to write the final output to, if there is any. So this can be quite interesting. Let's have a play around with it. So this method right here, the public static string tokenized string, this is what we currently use, and it splits the string into a list of arguments. We don't want to use that just yet. At a higher level, we want to go up here, right before this first exception throw, we want to do for int I equals 0, I less than cmd length, and I++, which increments I by 1 each time. Must also I can't speak. Ensure proper associativity. I have no idea what that means, but I think I should be able to get this working fairly well. Not perfect, but fairly well. I can always work on it after the stream. I just want to see it working live to prove that I can actually do it in C#. So this should be quite simple. First of all, we need to grab the character at the current index. Alright. And then what we do is we switch C, and then first of all we want to get escaping working. And I feel like I just brutally failed at C# there. I probably did. No, it's C# being C#, never mind me. Oh wait. Yep, I did brutally fail at C#. Come on, man! You're supposed to escape your backslashes. How ironic. Alright, so. what we do? Well, first of all... Okay. I'm gonna look at the other method and see how I implement escape sequences here. Since I'm doing this completely from memory and my memory isn't working right. Okay, so if escaping is equal to false, escaping is equal to, or becomes true. If not, it becomes true and current plus equals C. Okay, simple enough. Actually, I might not want to do it that way. Let's see. I'm not sure. This could be a bit difficult. More difficult than I thought. Because I don't want to interfere with the escaping down here. This function is going to be called afterwards for each command. So I don't want to interfere with that, otherwise we're going to get loads of bugs. But I also don't know how I'm going to deal with strings and stuff like that while parsing each command. This might be a bit difficult, actually. So in quote, in is file name. Okay, just having a look here. So we definitely don't want to break the other function below this one, so that'll screw things up. But we also need to find a way so that, let's say the user types in echo command test.txt, that'll append whatever echo prints to the console to the end of test.txt. Now if you notice, we have all that stuff started in quotes. So it's just echo and then in quotes command. But we don't want the append operator here, right here, the two the two pointy braces should be seen as an actual append operator. So, because it's part of a string. We also don't want to make these an escape sequence either, because that's not how bash works. So, the behavior of this command would just be to literally print command two pointy braces text.txt to the console. So, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. And I think we're going to do it that way. We need to worry about... Actually, we need to worry about escaping double quotes, because you can also do echo... Oh, what the hell did I just do there? I don't know if I didn't, like, start something I didn't want to. Am I still live? I want to know. I have no idea if you guys heard that beep or not, but I did, and it scared the hell out of me. So you can also do something like this in the Peacenet. This text has double quotes. Just like in C#, that'd end up printing this text has double quotes. So we need to be able to handle that. So I'm thinking, if we get rid of this, and I just got rid of a curly brace there, if in quote Alright, so if C is equal to backslash, if escaping equals false, we make it true. And then, oh whoops, not comparative, assign, there we go. Else escaping equals false. And then I think that's going to work out right. Alright, and then if we do else if C is equal to double quote, if not escaping, then we do in quote is equal to not in quote, and that should handle quotes. I do believe so, actually. Now, of course, we need to make sure we're actually parsing a command. So if not is file name, then we do that. I think. We'll see. What are you doing, C#? I just had to replace 2 curly braces because it decided to get rid of them when it didn't need to. Alright, and then we do if it's file name, is C, else current plus equals C? I'm not sure. Maybe? Okay. Now, that'll get us started, but we also need to make sure we handle our pipe characters correctly. So, this should be quite simple. Else, if C is equal to pipe, then what do? First of all, we want to make sure we want to make sure we're not in a file name. Then, if string.is null or white space current, we'll throw an exception. Attempting... Oh, that's not how you throw an exception. Oops. That's how you throw an exception. Attempting to pipe the output of no command. No idea if that's how bash really does it, but we'll see. And then we do commands dot add current equals nothing, and then continue. And then of course we need to make sure we're not in a quote. If in quote, if not in quote, then that should handle our piping. Now all we need to figure out is our redirection. I do believe, else if C is equal to that, so if it's equal to this, First of all, I want to do else if char that is white space C if is file name if not escaping I want to say continue, but at the same time, that's going to break something. I know it. Because what it'll break is test to file.txt. You'll see that there's a white space character. Actually, no. File with spaces. You'll see that first of all, there's a white space character here. So it's going to skip that. And then it's going to skip this. Actually. And then it's going to skip this. And it's going to say, okay, write to file with spaces.txt, but the file name has no spaces. We don't want that. We could throw, but then we run into an error where if we have this right here, it's going to throw a syntax error. But in actual Linux, in actual Bash, if you do this, then it's right. We want that. We don't want to throw, we don't want to skip the character. But we also, what I think I might do is alright, so if we're a file name, if we're not escaping, then if string.is null or empty, file name, then we continue. Alright? Else, we throw new exception, white space in file name. Alright? I think that should allow us to be able to do test to file.txt with no error. But if we try to do file space.txt, it'll throw an error. But if we do file \space.txt, then we get no error. That's intended behavior. Now we just need to figure out again how this method handles exiting the escape sequence. So if escaping is equal to true. Oh, I see what you're doing here. Alright, I think I might be able to fix that. Alright. If escaping is equal to true, escaping equals false. Bam! Working, I think. Now, we need to test this thing. So we're going to write a command in the same file as Cowsay. Just why not? We need to write a quick command that simply parses an input string. So, public class command test terminal command. I'm just going to use this temporarily so that I can see the function is working. I would normally run unit tests on it, but I'm live streaming. Unit tests are boring to watch, and I don't want to bore you guys. So I'm not going to do that. Not while live. So, return syntactically evaluates a command string. Name. Return CLI test. And then we'll return null here. Alright. And then we'll do console right line enter a command string. And then string cmd equals console read line. And then var command evaluated equals watercolor games command line tokenizer get command list cmd, and then console write line newtonsoft json convert serialize object cmd formatting.indented. And that should allow us to see what it types. Yes, unit tests are good, but they're boring, especially in Visual Studio. So I'd much rather not run them while on a stream. I mean, watching the program is boring enough, but people still do that, so... Alright, so if we go into our terminal, and then we type CLI test. So let's give it a try here. First, we'll try with Cowsay. Command error. End of string literal. But we never entered a string. Did we? We found our first bug. So, let's go back into Tokenizer. And the first bug would be, in quote, is true. Escaping should be false as well. And everything else looks good so far. So let's try this again. And on a side note, I have stream going on my other monitor here from YouTube, and I'm watching myself do exactly what I did 30 seconds in the past, and it's really disorienting and confusing and weird. By the time I see the desktop in the Peacenet, you guys, or by the time you hear that, I have already done what I'm about to do. So think about that for a second. Alright. CLI test. And then we'll run Cowsay. And then it says Cowsay. Well, that's weird. Oh, I see what we did wrong. We're deserializing the user input. Or we're serializing the user input. Or input, sorry. We're not serializing the output. That's not what we wanted to do. I have no idea how I managed to not catch that. But, you know, as soon as I say that, I've already fixed it, so command evaluated. Welcome, Shustin Shaya, who is watching right now. I have no idea. And I can't know physically, because what I'm doing is 30 seconds in the past for you guys. And to me, you guys, or I, am 30 seconds in the future. So when I do something, I only get a reaction 30 seconds later. Alright. Oh, live streaming's fun. Alright, CLI test. Now let's run a command, Cowsay. And then we get command, or commands, empty, output file null, output file type 0. And that basically means that we screwed up. Yep, we screwed up. This. What would be a live stream of mine without me managing to screw up a program? I'll tell you what. Non-existent one. Alright. I am way too excited for my own good right now. Now. Now, why? Are we somehow, like, in the file name or something? Then that wouldn't work. Because it's false. We're not adding to the file name. I can't really think right now. First of all, why is commands empty? That's the main thing. Because what should happen is it should append. I'm confusing the heck out of myself here. Oh, yep. I see the problem. Yet again, another bug caused by misplacement of a few curly braces. I am so sick of doing that. It is not funny. Alright. Now. Oh, what did I do now? Come on, C#. Stop being C# for once in your life. Okay. Is this going to compile? I can't tell if it's going to compile. It's not going to compile. Another misplaced curly brace. Come on, man. Haven't I scolded you enough, C#? Yep, okay. That'll driver updates. The only reason I still have them installed is because... And I just confused myself. Wonderful. Okay, well, at least... the game's trying to work. Now. Now. We need to make sure that it at least recognizes a single command, followed by 2 commands, followed by at least the ability to append, or overwrite, sorry, a file. Alright, so CLI test. Cowsay. Alright, so commands, Cowsay. Output file, null. That's what we want. CLI test. Fortune. Cowsay. Now it is working. It sees Fortune as a command and Cowsay as a command. Now the only problem left is that the way it's recognizing it, or the way it's reading those commands, is there's a trailing space at the end of Fortune, and a trailing space at the beginning of Cowsay. That's going to throw the interpreter off when it comes time to lex the commands. And welcome back to a bunch of numbers. Alright. Cursor halfway through indentation level. Alright. So. Alright, so we need to figure out how we can get rid of those trailing spaces before they start affecting things in the real game. And we can do that by going right here for int I equals 0, I less than commands dot length I plus plus string command equals commands I. Now, while command that starts with space command equals command that remove 0 and then 1 character after index 0. And then to remove the end space at the end of Cowsay, we do ends with, and then we do command length minus 1 and then 1 character. And we get build errors because I suck at programming. Now, where did I go wrong this time? Oh my god. That, all because I used length instead of count. These are not arrays. Why am I using them like arrays? Commands I equals command. Alright. That should get that working. Oh, I love waiting for the game to boot. It's so fun. Well, at least Rogue, I got rid of that extra few seconds spent in the fake loading screen. I don't know why I programmed that. I don't know why I programmed this, either. It does absolutely nothing, but displays a bunch of crap. That means nothing. Alright. Now, let's try Fortin. Cowsay. Would help if I can type. And as you can see, trailing spaces are gone. So, no more bugs related to that, but if we do CLI test again, and do Fortin Cowsay to file.txt, you'll see it sees Cowsay file.txt as a command, instead of seeing Cowsay as a command and then seeing file.txt as the output file. Let's fix that. Alright, now let's... I think I just about accidentally hit the key to stop the stream. I did not. Good. So, back in our little command here, we want to go here. Now, if not is file name, we want to make sure we are is, or we are a file name, and then file type equals dot append. Now, else alright, else what do we want to do for else? Well, we want to make sure that okay. Trying to think here. We want to allow it to append, but at the same time, the thing I'm trying to deal with here is, let's say the user types in Fortin Cowsay test, or not type to text.txt, test.txt. Now it's because of our code up here where it handles the white space. It is simply going to think, well, first of all, we don't have a file name that's existing yet, so we're going to skip the white space, alright? And this will happen as soon as we hit the first file operator here. So it's going to find this, skip it, and then we become an append operator instead of an overwrite operator. And then it's going to carry on and be fine. Cool. That's sort of intended behavior, but at the same time, in Bash, if you were to do this, you would get a syntax error. It would never go to append mode when it sees this. So, there's got to be a way for us to peek at the next character, or the previous character actually, and see if the previous character in the string is, in fact, a pointy brace, then we make the file type append, well, first of all, we don't want it to be append up here. That's our first mistake. Overwrite. And I do believe if cmd I minus 1 is equal to that, then we do if file type is equal to overwrite file type equals append, else throw new exception, syntax error, file name expected. Bam! Now, just gotta make sure it actually continues the next character. Whenever we do this. Should be quite simple. Alright, now let's run. We'll see it actually parse the command properly. Hopefully, that's the goal. Alright, Peacenet. Let's make an entire live stream proud. Alright. And theoretically, once we get the parsing done, we get to move on to the actual functionality. Being able to pipe things and redirect things and all that cool stuff. So, CLI test. Fortran. Cowsay. Test.txt. That works. But it sees Cowsay as the command. Or as the output file. So that's another bug right there we can hammer down on. I always love how starting the game causes the stream to buffer for me. That's weird. Alright, so this should be a simple fix. We simply current equals no, can't be. Current equals nothing. Oh, I see. We actually don't want to do this here. We don't want to do that. No. Get rid of that. Get rid of that code. Alright. Try this again. Actually, you know what? Server, go away. How did that make the game start faster? Or did I just have perfect timing there? Amazing. I don't believe it. Alright. So, CLI test. Now if we do Fortran Cowsay. That works. Fortune Cowsay test.txt. File name is test.txt. Alright. Now if we do fortune Cowsay append to text.txt, we get test.txt, and the output file type is 0. Now what happens if we introduce a syntax error? White space in file name. Alright, so it sees that it has no idea what to do with that. That's cool. That's sort of what we wanted. Not really what we wanted, but sort of what we wanted. So, what happens next if we do fortune to test.txt? Is that going to break? No, it won't. Now, fortune to test file.txt. Command error, white space in file name. Well, that's just not cool. Come on, man. Man. Darn it. Well, I think I know how to fix that. And what we do is... I have no clue. If... Okay. Okay, well that may work. It's this. If not in quote and not if in quote or is file name. And then we'll surround that by parentheses and add a not gate to it. And then if it does evaluate to true, we do that. So if we're not in a quote and we're not the file name, then we'll skip escape sequences basically. Excuse me. Alright. CLI test. Now, fortran to test.txt. That works. Fortran, or CLI test. Fortran. No, echo quotes. File name.txt. White space in file name. Darn it! This is getting kinda tricky. I'm actually not sure what to do here. I got this. I got this. I got this, I think. Yep, I got this. We gotta go down here to where. Alright. And we'll add a continue statement here. Yep, I think that may have just fixed it. Not for certain though, we're about to find out. Okay. Now. Well, it would help if I'm actually, like, typing in the terminal and not God knows where. Okay, CLI test. Fortran test file.txt. That fixed it. Now there's a double backslash there in the JSON output because it got serialized to JSON, and well, that's JSON. That's not the actual command. So, far as that goes. And next thing I want to find out is test.txt. That command's empty. Okay, well, that's probably just going to be handled at a higher level anyway. So, next thing I want to know is, do quotes actually get or do escape sequences actually get interfered with? So, space. There. Alright. That'll escape a space, that'll escape a backslash, that'll escape a quote. Let's see. End of string literal expected. Okay, well, I tried. I tried. The point is, mostly, it works. The next thing we need to do is start replace some game command line with it. Now, that I'm probably going to do tomorrow in another stream, because this one's getting long enough. My head's starting to hurt looking at this other monitor here. So, I think we'll leave it off for tomorrow, whenever I'm not totally tired and don't have a headache, and can actually think better once I've played around with this parser here to get it working right, and once I've done actual unit tests on it. So, I will see you guys in the next live stream. Soon we will have actual command redirection in the Peacenet. That's going to be awesome. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.